We have some new toys to play with, and when I say we have new toys, I mean we have a giant robot to customize. Welcome back to more Battletech. Today we are going to spend a little bit of time in the mech bay customizing the trebuchet, and this is going to be our first LRM boat. I'm very excited to have one of these on my team because we've been desperately needing one for a long time, so let's get in there and start refitting this bad boy. To start things off, looking at the stock build of the trebuchet, it's pretty much a perfect mech for its intended role. It's got ammunition, it's got LRM 30, it's got lasers, it's perfectly fine as it is. But it's a little bit under armored, and we do have some special things that we can play with, specifically the TTS for increased missile accuracy. So what we're going to do to start things off is strip off the equipment and put up the maximum armor. And with that, we have just about 14 tons of free weight, which is kind of a lot to play with. So let's start playing with it a little bit. We have 4 laser hardpoints, 2 missile hardpoints, and the ability for 5 jump jets, which is a bit interesting because the default build doesn't have any jump jets, and the reason is because I'm not sure. I suppose because you don't need jump jets if you're an LRM boat, because you can fire indirectly, so you don't need to reposition yourself for line of sight. But we're going to slap a couple on there just to see if we can make something fascinating. Also, the default heat efficiency was pretty low, so I might throw in some heat sinks as well. Now, the most important thing for this build is obviously the missiles. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I think this is kind of all we really need, and I guess we could even get rid of the jump jets. And well, no, we'll leave some jump jets on because there might be a value in being able to jump backwards to get out of range and reposition if we're getting pressed on pretty hard by the enemy mechs. So, you know what? Yeah, I think we're going to keep it real simple with this one. It's definitely not as exciting as the other builds that we went through, but I think the LRM boat is probably the easiest thing you can design in Battletech because it's not supposed to be complicated. So, yeah, there it is. Trebuchet. It's complete. We're getting rid of the lasers, adding the TTS and some jump jets for easier repositioning. And we're done. All right, there we go. It's only going to take 3 days to customize this thing because all we're really doing is stripping off the lasers. So what we're going to try here is click and confirm, and then we'll shift the trebuchet to the front of the line. And I think if we have some easy contracts to do with the B team, then we'll head right out and see what we can do. So let's check it out. Well, that's not very good, is it? We don't have any easy contracts. This is 2.5 stars, and they're offering a big reward for this, which leads me to believe some crazy stuff is going on in this mission. But maybe, and it is an escort mission as well, so that feels kind of iffy. You guys know how I feel about those. They're not very fun because the AI can be dumb, but I did get some tips on how to manage them a little bit better, so maybe we stand a chance with the B team in this 2.5 star mission. For the negotiations on the mission, I'm really tempted to go for maximum, or at least close to maximum salvage this time, because we can get the 3 out of 14 going on here, and if the last mission taught us anything, is that we can make back a lot of the money that we're sacrificing by doing this. So the basic that we're going to get is about 300,000 credits, 3 pieces of guaranteed salvage, 14 pieces of other stuff, and depending on what we get, if we put together a mech like we did before, then we'll scrap it. If we get a really big fancy mech, then we'll keep it for ourselves. I like this. The B team, they're going to have their work cut out for them, but I have faith. I think this will work out. So we did get a new ability on Payroll after the previous mission. He now has the ability to sensor lock, and Payroll is riding in the Hunchback with the AC-20 and the double medium lasers. So the way the AC-20 was working last time is every time we fired the weapon, on the next turn we had a recoil penalty. So if we fired again, the shot would be less accurate. So what I think we'll try and do is we'll fire, then we'll reposition and sensor lock with him, or reposition and brace down. So if we manipulate it like that, then we'll have a decent amount of synergy with the trebuchet, who's being piloted by Rodeo. Rodeo has the bulwark ability, so we'll put her out of range of most threats, and we'll just rain missiles on the enemies every single turn. The trebuchet doesn't have a lot of armor, but with the bulwark, we're essentially giving her a little bit more health. The Centurion, of course, the triple SRM-6, it's being piloted by Fox, and I think whenever we have a pilot that doesn't have a lot of abilities, we should stick them in a mech like the Centurion, because you don't need to do anything fancy when you have all the rockets in the world or all the missiles in the world. So we should be okay with Fox and the Centurion. And finally, the Shadowhawk is being piloted by Riddler, who has the multi-target ability, and we can manipulate the multiple ranges that he can fire at. He's got the AC-5, which is mid to long range, SRM-4 for the close range stuff, as well as the medium laser and the flamers. Very versatile mech. Now I could use the Blackjack instead of the Shadowhawk, which is the multi-target king, but I like the Shadowhawk. It's grown on me quite a bit. I used to hate it when I first started playing Battletech, but it's really started to appeal to me ever since I took the time to customize it into what we have right now. So let's get out there and hope the B team doesn't fuck this up. Alright, here we go. Let's escort this convoy. This is a convoy escort mission. Darius, stop stating the obvious. We all know what we're doing today. Alright, so here we go. Let's see where our objectives are located. Destroy the pirate blocking force and secure the convoy rally points. So this is a little bit different from what we had before, I think, because the pirates are blocking our path to the convoy. I think that's different from what we did before. So we're gonna have to charge in there and stop them. We're gonna make contact right away. So what I'll do is I'll move the Shadowhawk first. I'm gonna sprint it up. Sure, why not? Let's go into cover. There we go. And this should give us a center contact. Yes.
Bandit.
So we've got eyes on the bandits. And what we'll do next is we will not sprint, but we'll walk forward with the hunchback and then sensor lock, and then I should be able to fire straight away with our LRM boat, which is a good test of its ability. So let's just sensor lock one of these guys at random, hope we get something good. We found the spider. Okay. Oh, the combat phase is gonna start. All right, we're gonna have to do all of that again, but it's fine. It's fine. Dirty spider taking a shot at the Shadowhawk with its max evasion. Not gonna work, buddy.
Ready for orders.
Now everything we have is in the third initiative phase, so we're not going to have any fancy initiative plays unless we use vigilance or precision strike. But we're going to do the exact same thing that I was planning on doing. Only we're going to have to move the hunchback into cover. It's not going to have any evasion, but we'll have a little bit of extra defense. Kicking in the high gear, buddy. Now we'll go for the sensor lock on the spider. So far this is probably going to be an easy mission because we got ramshackle mechs on the field, so they're going to die pretty easily. Oh gosh, it's a cicada. I've been wanting a cicada for a very long time. We're going to try and salvage that. So now that we got the sensor lock on the spider, I'm not even going to move the trebuchet, and I'm going to launch my rockets at it. And we've got some pretty good chances to hit. So here we go. Let's see how much damage we do. Pew, 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 pew. Rat-tat-tat-tat. That was pretty cool. I like that. I like that. We have a third enemy mech coming on. It is another medium weights firing a large laser. The hunchback is getting abused a bit because he only has the slight damage reduction from the cover and no evasion. What we're going to do now is we should be able to possibly get a multi-target. If not, we'll just dump truck everything into the spider with the Shadowhawk, and then we'll be good to go. I wonder what this is. Okay, it's a Wolverine, which we already have one, but this, I believe, is a different variant of the Wolverine from the one that Decker was piloting on the last mission where we saw him. And you know what? We're just going to dump truck the spider. This should kill it. Oh yeah, he's going down. Maybe not. 17 health remaining. I was hoping to kill it, but it's fine. I don't think I'll even be able to reach it with the Centurion, which is a bit disappointing, so we'll just sprint forward. I'm not too concerned with taking a lot of damage right now because the three enemies that we see are not overly powerful. They're pretty baseline. They can hurt us, let's make no mistake there, but it's nothing crazy. But I want that cicada. I really do. The spider, I suppose. Well, the spider, anybody can kill it at this point. It's really no stress at all with the spider. But the cicada is a whole different story, especially because I want to try and salvage it. So I think what I'm going to try and do is precision shot the cicada and blow off one of its legs, and that's going to be Payroll's job. So I'm gonna reserve for now and see what the enemies do. I think the cicada is going to move first. Yes, it is. And if it doesn't build up a lot of evasion, that boy is going to get tripped. Walking into point blank range, firing its PPC. It did build up 2 points of evasion from that, so that's a bit unfortunate. But we should be able to knock that down pretty easily. Alright, okay. So I think what's going to happen here is we're going to end up taking a lot of unnecessary punishment in trying to salvage this mech.
Firing all weapons!
You know what? I think I already have 2 pieces of the cicada in my storage already, so I don't think I need to worry about trying to get 3 pieces of it right now. So, fire everything.
Roger.
That was pretty solid. I was really banking on the fact that we weren't going to completely core this guy because we were firing everything from the side, and it worked out pretty well. The left leg is nearly destroyed, and what we can do is use Payroll to fire at the other leg with his AC-20. So if we move forward right up in his grill, or better yet, if we jump, kind of expose our side to the Wolverine, blast him with that AC-20, we should hit the leg. Payroll, sweep the leg, Cobra Kai style. Yes, Sensei! Yes.
Okay, everybody. Let's hit him where it hurts.
This is so goofy. The B team is starting to have synergy. They didn't really have any synergy the first go around, but this time they're working pretty well together. For the Shadowhawk, we just have to re-angle ourselves. We don't have to worry about moving because we have Bulwark with Riddler. So we'll just turn slightly. The other leg only has 36 health remaining, so an AC5 shot is all we need here to take it out. And we'll throw in the medium laser just in case we miss. Alright, fair enough. We tried, what, 6 or 7 times to hit the leg, and we killed the pilot because he got so tired of us trying to saw off his leg that he seppuku'd himself inside the cockpit. How ridiculous is that? Alright, so now let's go rescue the convoy and get this mission over with, because that was completely ridiculous.
I'm there.
But I think this is yet another instance of the overall design of Battletech being proven to be pretty damn solid. Since the start of the game, I haven't really been thinking all that much about how pilots can synergize with one another and how the different mech builds and pilot abilities can synergize. But after doing the sensor lock thing with the Hunchback and the Trebuchet, it makes me realize how important it is. And after going through that one mission of not having synergy after having synergy for so long, it's pretty damn exciting. So it looks like we have to get the convoy to the extraction zone, which is not too far away. And I totally did not take the advice that somebody in the comments gave me about positioning my lance in such a way that when the convoy spawns, that they're already in front of where the convoy is going to start moving out. So I'm a moron, and I accept it.
You're in position, Commander. Hold your ground until the package is on its way.
There we go. All right. So it took a long time for the reinforcements to appear, but they wound up appearing in probably a very not ideal position to do anything threatening to the convoy. So this has just become a salvage operation now. The convoy is already right on top of the evac zone, so we got nothing to worry about here, people. GG. I'm happy about it. Now hang on just a second. We've got 3 enemy contacts. Maybe there's even a 4th. We might have a pretty devastating battle on our hand, because based on the initiative phases, we've got 2 heavies and a medium. So from the looks of it, the reinforcements are going to be significantly more powerful than the initial blocking force that we dealt with. So we're going to have our work cut out for us a little bit. We're going to move forward with the Hunchback, and we're going to sensor lock one of these big guys just so we can see what we're working with, and we might have something better than the Cicada to pick up. What is this? Hang on, give me a second. Let me see. All right, we got 2 mediums and 2 heavies. This is a Grasshopper. Somebody was telling me a lot of good things about the Grasshopper. It allegedly has a lot of support hard points, but the default build doesn't seem to be incorporating those. So let's try and catch this bad boy. Get him in a Pokeball.
Waiting for orders.
To start things off, I'm really glad that I put jump jets on the Trebuchet, because I want it to be as far away from the enemy contacts as possible. So I'm gonna jump backwards and then fire. I don't think I could move. Yeah, I couldn't walk backwards and do a 180 turn, but I can jump backwards and do a 180 turn. So let's do that. Into position. So what we can try to do against this Grasshopper while he's braced down is get a bunch of stability damage on him, and maybe we can knock him down, get a pilot injury, and possibly kill the pilot before damaging any of the major parts. Because I imagine the Grasshopper's going to have to walk forward a couple of times, and if he keeps walking forward and bracing, then we could just keep, well, then we probably won't get the knockdown. Never mind, forget it. I'll tell you what though, sealing the deal is probably the hardest thing in both strategy games and in real life. Looks like we got an LRM mech to deal with. At least he has some long-range missile capabilities, so we're going to get harassed a bit before anything significant happens, and the Grasshopper does have LRM capabilities as well, so we got to be careful about that. The sealing the deal is rough in turn-based games, because you come up with a plan, and you try to execute that plan. It starts off going well, you know, people landing their shots and they're connecting. You say, oh, I'm going to shoot this guy and blah, blah, blah. And then that last guy comes up and he misses his shot. And all of a sudden, the deal hasn't been sealed and everybody's life is in danger. And I think we all know what that's like. We at the club, we chilling, and we talking to a fine honey or whatever. And you try, and you're just about ready to seal the deal, and then something weird happens, and the deal gets unsealed, and everything falls apart. So we're gonna move our Hunchback into some forest cover. He's taking quite a bit of damage. His armor's starting to get low, but he's the guy with sensor lock, so we're gonna have to make some sacrifices. We're slowly getting into position so that we can start using our autocannon against the Grasshopper and just probably blast off his leg again. But yeah. And by the way, Darius did a terrible job of picking an evacuation zone, because it's in the way of all the enemy mechs. So, yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, and the stability strategy against the Grasshopper is not going to work because he keeps moving and bracing. So I'm just gonna pepper it with LRMs anyway. But it's no big deal. Most of our hits are going to the upper part of the mech, so maybe I should not do that in the coming turns. Start sensor locking the other targets. But also what I can do is move around and check out what the medium mech is with the Shadowhawk. Most of our armor is in good condition, though our head is a little bit weak right now, so some shenanigans could happen. We got another Wolverine coming in. This one AC5 SRM6 and medium laser. We got some good shot percentages, so you know what? We're going to go ahead and vigilance here so we get additional defenses, because I think the Shadowhawk is going to take some punishment this round. And we'll fire everything.
Got it.
Because you know what? The enemies are starting to get close on us, so we may as well get the jump on them while we can. Unfortunately, I don't think we... Yeah, you know what? You know what? We can start getting crazy. That's exactly. We're gonna start getting crazy. We'll jump the Centurion in as well. We've got an enemy Orion. That's another heavy mech that I've seen before. I think we've all seen it before in one of our missions. And we're gonna use vigilance again, and we're gonna fire everything. Now we are firing into a brace, so the damage reduction is helping the Wolverine quite a bit, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Now the Orion, a little bit scary because he has an AC-10. He may end up getting a headshot on somebody. So I think I'm gonna have to shift my focus off of the Grasshopper for the moment and start prioritizing the Orion, because I think he's a bit more threatening. Or maybe he's not. I think everybody's a little bit scary in this enemy composition, because yeah, everybody's a little scary.
Ready.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous, folks. I'm nervous. And then you know what? I'm going to keep firing into the Wolverine's brace because we have the jump on it with the Shadowhawk. Actually, you know what? No. Yes. Yes. We're going to keep firing into the brace because we got the jump on him because of the vigilance. We moved up in an initiative phase. So I'm going to blast him. See what we get. Seriously, how many times has that have you failed to seal the deal in strategy games? You know, and how bad of a feeling is it to know that you had the perfect strategy and that through just randomness and dumb luck, it didn't work out for you? It's very unfortunate. The pilot of the Wolverine has the Bulwark ability. He just fired at our Shadowhawk and didn't move, and he's still got that Bulwark, so he's going to be a little bit more annoying to deal with him. You know what? We're going to change our focus a little bit here. We're going to change our focus. Because we've been putting a lot of fire into the Wolverine, and we could potentially take it out in just a couple more volleys if we do this right. So I'm gonna fire everything into the Wolverine's chest, and we're actually starting to run a bit low on LRMs already, so we may need to put more ammo inside the trebuchet. We've only got 10 more full volleys of the LRM-30 left in it. We might have just enough to finish, and our Centurion taking a beating from that AC-10, but the brace is gonna help us stay alive. Now here's where the finishing blow has to be dealt. Payroll's coming in hot. AC-20, about to do work. Let's do it.
Jump jet.
Come on, Payroll. I know you have it in you to get a shot right in his center torso. Come on, hit him with everything you got.
Unleashing hell.
Did he get it? I think he hit something. Nah, he hit something. He hit the side, the right torso, but it's fine. He did some nice damage. I respect it. What I don't respect as much is the Centurion, because it's so hot right now and we can't really do all that much with it. So what I'm going to do is just reposition. Actually, no, we don't even need to move. I'm just going to brace the Centurion, keep it safe, cool it down, and then we'll alpha strike on the next turn. This is a bit nerve-wracking, actually. This could go very wrong because of the enemy mechs that they have. We may have to pull back, try and be a bit more conservative, maybe line of sight them, force the enemies to break their bulwarks or something, but this is a little weird. Enemy Grasshopper getting kind of close, maybe a little bit too close for comfort. Maybe he's trying to punch somebody in the face, or just use that large laser up close and personal. We got some structure exposed on the Hunchback. We do still have
That was
75 health remaining on our torso, but I would love to have a little bit more than that. It doesn't feel like all that much. You know what? This is a very strange situation because I'm overall not entirely sure what the best course of action is, because we're actually starting to get hurt here, and we may not even be able to try and gimmick the system. We may just have to focus on a target and take them out because we're starting to get hammered pretty hard. We're gonna take a slightly passive approach to this. We're gonna pull back with payroll, and we're gonna brace him down. He'll be in forest cover. He'll have some evasion. And the enemies might try to chase him down, or they might just forget about him and go for somebody else. But if they do move forward, they'll get rid of their brace. The Wolverine is determined to stay exactly where it is. Unfortunately, the Shadowhawk was still a pretty ripe target for him. And that's a bit...
Light damage, holding firm.
It's a bit frustrating. But what we'll do here is... That arm is going to fall off. This arm has the flamer in it, which is kind of annoying. I don't want to lose it. It's not a high quality flamer, but still you don't want to lose stuff that you don't have to lose. Yeah, we're gonna pull back again with the Shadowhawk. Just really trying to pressure the enemy into coming a little bit closer to us. Making some different moves. I think what's going to happen first, though... Wait, would they be able to see me from standing on this ledge? They probably would. Shit, maybe pulling back won't work. You know what? Shadowhawk's going to tank one more round. We're going to keep him where he is and tank a little bit more. Get the damage out. We've almost got this guy dead, the Wolverine. He's only got 43 health remaining in his center torso. So we may just go all out here. The enemy Centurion, though, that's the wild card, I feel. There it goes. He's trying to prove to himself and everybody else that he's the one true Centurion. But so far, I think ours is a little bit better. Our heat's starting to come down just a bit. I think we're gonna jump over and fire everything.
Engaging jump.
Let's do this. Ooh, we're pushing our boys to the limit. You know what? Screw it.
Roger.
Overheat. We gotta go big or go home with these guys. We gotta put them through the ringer. Get used to it. If you're riding around in the Centurion, it's gonna get hot sometimes. That's all I can say about that. Now this last volley, if we're lucky, we'll get a couple of hits on him and take him out. There we go. Center torso destroyed.
It's go time.
Oof. I'm sweating a little bit, folks.
Hope we can salvage that.
Now the Orion is actually overheating itself, so we may have a huge opportunity on our hand. I don't think we have enough flamer heat generation on the... Oh my gosh, we're flanked. We're super duper flanked by the Grasshopper. This is terrifying. This is actually terrifying.
Internal damage.
Ooh boy. Ooh boy, we're gonna lose a leg on the Hunchback. This is a bit weird.
Ready for orders.
I don't think I was expecting them to start brawling with us like this. I don't think I was ready for that. Uh-oh. Yeah, this Grasshopper is a very serious problem. Because it is marching us down, and it is flanking us hard. And it has a tremendous amount of firepower. The Orion, it's a little bit weird because he's overheated. I feel like it's just going to brace itself for the next couple of turns. The Centurion, also terrifying. You got to do something about this. I mean, the AC-20 is staying safe, but everything else on the Hunchback
Yes,
is getting
Commander.
demolished right now, and that does not feel good. I honestly, I think we're just gonna have to say, I don't want to say fuck the salvage, but we got to do something big here to really
Standing by.
mitigate disaster from
Standing by.
happening. Now, the two heavyweights are going to make their moves in the next turn. And
Orders.
if we play this wrong, then we're going to lose
Order.
somebody. If we play it right, then this will be pretty awesome. So here's what we're going to try. We're going to jump behind the Orion. And we're going to fire an alpha strike into his back. We're not going to use a precision shot,
Jump jet.
and we're not going to use vigilance, but I want to hit him with everything we got and maybe even heat him up a little bit more. So we're in the forest cover, so we're kind of safe. We missed with the AC-5, but everything else pretty much landed. And that is exactly what we needed.
Scored a critical hit.
There's no way he's going to shoot anything meaningful on the next turn. Next up, what we're going to do,
Receiving you.
we need to desperately reposition with the Centurion because he's kind of getting flanked by everybody. So we're going to jump and then just brace because he's way too hot to do anything. We just got to cool down. Or maybe can he do anything? Nah, he can't really do anything. All right. So yeah, we'll just cool it down a little bit. He's still overheating even after bracing. We're cooking him. We're having some fried fox today when we get home. And payroll is going to be the piece de resistance in this wombo combo. 140. Yeah, we could possibly kill the Orion in one shot. So payroll is really getting pushed to the limit here. If we get lucky, we'll kill the Orion and save ourselves a very serious ass whooping. If we don't, payroll might die. Okay, so that's a terrifying proposition. Succeed and we all live. Fail, possible death. So here we go.
Confirmed.
We're jumping forward. We're not going to use vigilance. We're going to use a precision strike on the Orion's center torso on the rear. And we're going to overheat ourselves. We're going to overheat ourselves. Do we need to? No, we don't. We go right to the cusp. We're playing right on the razor's edge right now, people.
Locking on target.
Hit the sit. Yes! Yes, 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 yes.
Everything.
Oh my god. We did it. We did it.
Target
Oh
neutralized.
gosh. This is the most intense mission that I've done. Is he gonna death from above? He is. What an asshole.
Oh, I'm hit.
What an absolute asshole this grasshopper is. On the bright side, the grasshopper just condemned itself to death. By death from aboving, he basically destroyed both of his legs. He made himself unsteady, which means it's going to be significantly easier to salvage it. And also, the real crime in his attack is that he failed to destroy the AC-20. So, I think this was way messier than I wanted it to be, but we're okay. We're definitely okay. But what we need to do is we need to protect the Hunchback somehow because he doesn't have enough health left on his center torso. So we're gonna knock the Centurion back in initiative phase with somebody.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
So we're gonna knock this guy back in initiative phase out of desperation. We'll go for the center torso because the grasshopper is still the true salvage that we want. But at this point, I'm worried a little bit more about saving payroll from destruction. So there we go. We knocked him back. Our heat's getting critical, but it's okay. Payroll, it's time for you to kind of just he can't sprint because he's unsteady, but we can maybe line of sight. Yeah, we can line of sight the Centurion, but not the grasshopper. The Centurion does have LRM, so this is a little bit unnerving, but we might be okay. We might be okay here. So which side is damaged? The left side. So if we face our right side as much as possible at the enemy, that is the left side, right? Yeah, if we kind of angle it as much as possible to the right, And the rear, I'm showing him the booty right now.
Here we go.
Oof, and then we're not even gonna brace here. We're just gonna fire, cause YOLO. Am I right? Is YOLO appropriate for this situation? Yes, it is. God damn. I thought that missed as well. So that, oh gosh.
Aye, aye.
How has this become such a nightmare?
Target 4 at Alpha Strike. That hit something good.
Oh gosh. Why is it that every mission I go on devolves into a Rock'em Sock'em robot battle? All tactics go out the window. Just punch them and hope they die. Now the Grasshopper is going for the Hunchback, and he's going for a melee. Oh, he kicked him in the good leg.
Gyros.
Thank the
Failing.
heavens.
I'm going down.
Payroll's going down.
Taking hits like that.
Yeah, Payroll just fell over. He got knocked down and took an injury, but he didn't die. So that's so much better than the alternative. He's right on the edge, though. I think if he stays overheated for too much longer, his mech is gonna self-destruct, though. Because if his mech overheats and he takes enough damage to destroy his center torso, then it'll blow up. So that's a problem.
Waiting for orders.
So what we have to do here is the same thing we did last time, and that's knock the Centurion back in initiative phase, so that we can keep the Hunchback kind of safe from it. Actually, or better yet, I don't think the enemy Centurion gives a damn about our Hunchback. I think really the Grasshopper is the bigger threat to its safety. So anymore.
Target acquired.
Oh shit, is he gonna do a called shot? Oh no, oh no! I fucked up. He's alive. He's alive.
Getting my ass kicked.
Oh my god. I nearly fucked it up completely. Oh man, I completely forgot that the Centurion had LRMs for a called shot. Guys, let's end this mission before something bad happens. Seriously. Seriously.
Copy that, Commander.
Okay, everybody.
Destroyed the legs.
Hit him where it hurts.
Enemy eliminated.
Ready for orders. Engaging with target. Hot damn, let's do this. That's destroyed.
What a tragedy that could have been. Remember when I said it sucks to mess up sealing the deal? Well, I almost completely unzipped the deal and let it fly free. And wow, what a mess that could have been.
Mission successful.
Mission successful. Whew. The B team lives to fight another day. Everybody's battered and bruised, but they put in work. Holy crap. Now the moment of truth is coming. We get 440,000 credits. We got a significant bonus for allowing the entire convoy to survive and destroying the blocking force. We obviously took a lot of damage and a lot of injuries, but our trebuchet, honestly, MVP. The consistency of the damage that we sent out with this thing was phenomenal, and we definitely learned a lot about getting the synergy on with the sensor lock from Payroll and combining that with Rodeo. And it worked out. I think the next thing that I'll probably pick with Payroll is Bulwark, so that he can be a bit more defensive, because evasion, while it is powerful, it's leaving your defense up to RNG. And I think if Payroll had Bulwark, he would have been much, much better off. So, yeah, we'll keep that in mind for the future. Now, the moment of truth, what sort of salvage are we walking away? We do have 3 pieces of a cicada, but I only need 1 more to complete the build. Unfortunately, only 2 pieces of a grasshopper. So that's really, really close to completing one. And I imagine since we've seen 1, we're going to start seeing more. So that's something to be excited about. We also got an LRM 5++ with 50% increased crit. I'm not super excited about crit on LRM 5s. I would much rather have stability damage, so I'm not going to worry about that. A medium laser plus with accuracy, that's fine. But the mech salvage is probably the real stuff that I'm excited about here. So you know what? We'll put our cicada together, and yeah, the grasshopper proved itself to be pretty freaking terrifying, and I don't even think the stock build is the maximum potential of this thing. It can have 7 lasers, 1 set of missiles, and 6 support hardpoints. It's a fire starter on steroids. So we'll take 2 pieces of it and hope we get some of the pluses from just randomness. I'm excited about this, and the cicada, this is not the cicada build that I was looking for specifically. There's a couple of variants of it. One of the variants has a lot of laser hardpoints, and this one has ballistic hardpoints. So not super happy about that, but it's fine. Confirm. We got the LRM 5++. Didn't get the laser. It's cool. It's cool. The Cicada 3C is slightly slower than the 2A, but it has more room for weaponry and armor. It still generally underperforms in most areas except speed, but it can put up more of a fight with better survival rates. Well, it seems like our mech tech leader doesn't have many good things to say about the Cicada, but maybe I'll be able to customize something that feels passable. So with all of that, we're going to fiddle around with the Cicada in the next episode. Hopefully we can put together a grasshopper shortly after. And I think what we'll do is spend a little bit of time just twiddling our thumbs, maybe fly to another planet and do more contract missions. Or we could stay here and do the priority mission next. But the next time we reconvene, we're most likely going to have the main team back doing work because their hospital visits are nearly finished. And payroll is going to be out of commission for a while now because he took a beating. But yeah, this is really exciting. I'm liking that we're entering a new phase of Battletech where we're starting to see some really challenging enemies coming at us, and our strategy and tactics being pushed to the limits. I'm very glad that payroll and the hunchback didn't get destroyed, because I made a humongous misplay at the end there by leaving him on the ground. I should have stood him up and maybe run him away, just gotten him completely out of line of sight, because that final hit from the LRM 10, I believe it was, from the enemy Centurion could have been the death of him. With all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and do all the repairs, and we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll do some more Battletech. We got mechs to customize, missions to do, and it's very exciting. So as always, the name of the game, it's Battletech. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know about a time when you failed to seal the deal in a strategy game, and if somebody died because of it, or if you got lucky and somebody skirted on the razor's edge of death and walked away in the same way that payroll and the hunchback did. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.